Hare Krishna, welcome everyone to our Chaitanya Caritāmrta audio class. We'll begin with our prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padikamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnava श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचना गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी नित्य नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Hare Krishna, welcome everyone to our Chaitanya Charitāmrita class. We are discussing from Madhya lila. We have completed the 8th chapter in our last class. A beautiful chapter describing the epitome of spiritual devotional consciousness. Wonderful discussions between Ramananda Rai and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Kaviraj Goswami ends that chapter by glorifying the conversation. This conversation which happened between Ramananda Rai and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, it is very, very confidential. And he says, although I described so many things, but still, it is just a drop of the ocean which they discussed. And they also, whatever they discussed, it was not sufficient to describe everything. Now, today we'll be discussing the 9th chapter, another very wonderful chapter where Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's further travels are being described. So Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, after he left Ramananda Rai, he started traveling to various holy places. Bhaktivinoda Thakur describes in his conversation, his book on Sri Chaitanya Charitāmrta. After leaving Vidyanagar, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to so many places, starting from Gautami Ganga. Gautami Ganga is the Godavari, where Gautam Rishi had done tapasya. Then Mallikarjun, the temple of Lord Shiva. Then Ahobilam Narsimha Kshetra. Then Siddhavat, Skanda Kshetra, Tirthamath, Vriddhakashi, Bauddhasthan, Tirupati, Tirumala. He went to thousands of places. And Shiv Kanchi, Vishnu Kanchi, ultimately he reached Sri Rangam. The beautiful conversation between Venkata Bhatta and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is being described. Then again Mahaprabhu left. He went to so many further places, all the way up to Sri Shailam. There he met with Lord Shiva and Parvati in the form of a Brahmana and Brahmani. So many things will be described. Kaviraj Goswami begins this chapter by glorifying Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Nana Matagraha Grastan Dakshinatya Janadvipan Kriparina Muchyaitan Gaurachakre Cha Vaishnavan. All the places of South India, Dakshinatya, Janadvipan, all the places of South India, they were covered with various types of philosophies. And these philosophies are compared to various crocodiles. Nana Matagraha Grastan, and just like Gajendra was a very, very powerful animal, all the residents of South India, they are very, very powerful in their philosophy, very, very pious, but they were all attached to various different types of philosophies. Therefore, they are called as Nana Matagraha Grastan. And the prominent philosophies which were spreading that time were Buddhism and Mayavad. Nana Matagraha Grastan, Dakshinatya, Janadvipan, Kriparinam, Vimuchyetam, just like Lord Vishnu. When he came, he threw his Sudarshan, and with his Sudarshan, he cut off the head of that crocodile. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in the mood of Srimati Radharani, Krishna in the mood of Srimati Radharani, he has appeared in this world not to kill anyone. He has appeared to kill the demoniac propensities, not the physical body. Kripa Rina Vimuchyetan. Kripa Ari means the sword. Sword of mercy. With the disc of mercy, Kripa Arina Vimuchyetan. Gauras Chakre. The disc of mercy of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu delivered all these different people, Gauras Chakre, Saksas Vaishnava, and made them into great devotees of Krishna. Prabhupada writes, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is converting the people of South India into Vaishnavas is compared herein to Lord Vishnu delivering Gajendra. So all these various philosophies, they were like crocodiles. And why crocodiles? Because crocodile, as in the case of Gajendra, we know the story. When crocodile catches someone, it is very, very difficult to come out of the grip of crocodile. Practically impossible. And the person and the animal dies there. Whoever is caught in the crocodile dies for sure. Is eaten up completely. All these different types of philosophies, they were like that crocodile. Very, very difficult to come out of the clutches of Buddhism and Vaishnava and Mayavad. Therefore, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Mayavada bhashe shunile hoye sarvanash. Anyone who hears Mayavad philosophy, he is doomed. Very difficult to come out of this Mayavad conception. Only if somebody can get the mercy of Lord Sri Chaitanya, Gaurash Chakra, the chakra of the mercy of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu only can cut off all this crocodile-like philosophies. And we have heard this wonderful deliverance of Sarvabhaum Bhattacharya. He was the most powerful leader of all the Mayavadis. And only Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu could deliver him. Nobody else. You have heard about Prakashananda Saraswati with his 60,000 sannyasi disciples. Only Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu could deliver. In this world, only Supreme Lord, who is most merciful, he can do something. He can deliver. Otherwise, people are caught in materialism, Mayavad, Buddhism, all the various types of bogus philosophies. People are completely caught up in all these things. It is very difficult to come out of their clutches. Only when Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu shows mercy, then they can come out. That's why Gopinath Acharya, he tells, when Sarvabhaum Bhattacharya and Ramananda Rai, they are playing like children. Sarvabhaum Sang Khele, Ramananda Rai, Gambhirya Gela Duhar Bhaila Shishu Pray. Like children they were playing. Mahaprabhu tells Gopinath Acharya, Please tell them to behave properly. Uh, Pramanik, he says these are all very sober people. Bal chanchalya kore koraha varjan. They are playing like children. पंडित गंभीर देहो दोहे प्रमाणिक जन बाल चांचल्य करे कराह वर्जन. They are scholars, they are very great, they are behaving like children. Please tell them to behave properly. Gopinath Acharya tells, "Oh Mahaprabhu, it is all your mercy. मेरु मंदार डुबाए जता तथा ए दुई गंड शैली हार की कथा शुष्क तर्क खोली खाइते जन्म गेला जार तारे लीलामृत पियाओ ए कृपा तुम्हार." Ramanand Rai says, "Oh my Lord, what to speak of these two people? They are like small pebbles. Your mercy can drown even Mandar mountain." Therefore, only Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu could deliver all these South Indian people who are absorbed in various types of philosophies. Actually, that was the main purpose of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's travels to South India, to deliver South India. Navadipe Shakti Nakoila Prakashe Se Shakti Sanchari Nistarila Dakshina Deshe. Mahaprabhu didn't show this mercy in Navadvip. He delivered entire South India, showing this powerful transformational energy. Only Lord could do it. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Kaviraj Goswami offers obeisances to Panch Tattva, and he begins this chapter. Dakshina Gaman Prabhu Ati Vilakshana Sahasra Sahasra Tirtha Koila Darshan. Dakshina Gamana Prabhura Ati Vilakshan. It is very extraordinary. The travels of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, it is not an ordinary travel which another ordinary people do. Ati Vilakshan is very extraordinary. Why? Because when we go for a yatra, we go to few places and come back. Sahasra Sahasra Tirtha Prabhu Koila Darshan. Mahaprabhu visited thousands of holy places in South India. Not only that, he delivered thousands of people, villages after villages, he transformed into Vaishnavism. We have heard previously, what was Mahaprabhu's way of preaching? Mahaprabhu would sing and dance, and people would come, and he would embrace one person, and he would get transformed, he would become pure, he would get love of God, he would go to his village, he would embrace other people, he would chant, dance, he would give love of God to others, and some people from other villages would come to this village. They would also get transformed. Then they would go to their villages. That was Mahaprabhu's way of preaching. Simple, just embrace and make them devotees, pure devotees. Yeah. Dakshina Gamana Prabhur Ati Vilakshan Sahasra Sahasra Tirtha Koila Darshan. Sei Sab Tirtha Sparshi Mahatirtha Koila Sei Chale Sei Deshera Loka Nistarila. Sei Sab Tirtha Sparshi Mahatirtha Koila. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he made all these holy places into Mahatirtha, not ordinary Tirtha, Mahatirtha. And what else he did? Sei Chale, Sei Deshera, Lokanistarila. And on the plea of visiting holy places, what he did? He transformed all the residents of the South India. Srila Prabhupada describes about pilgrimage places. What are these pilgrimage places? How are the pilgrimage places, Tirtha, actually become Tirtha? Tirthi Kurvanti Tirthani. Yudhishthira Maharaj tells about Vidurji. Bhavad Vidha Bhagavata Tirtha Bhuta Swayam Vibho Tirthi Kurvanti Tirthani Swantastena Gadhabhritha. Bhavad Vidha, oh Vidurji, Tirth Bhuta Swayam Prabhu. You go to holy places and you transform holy places into holy places. Tirthi Kurvanti Tirthani. Actually, a Tirth becomes a Tirth only when the great personalities are present there. Tirthi Kurvanti Tirthani. How the great personalities, devotees get this power? Swantasthena Gadabrita, because they have Krishna in their heart. Krishna in their heart purifies the holy places. It comes in Brahma Vaivarta Puran, in the Golok Arohana Parva. Krishna is just about to depart from earth. Ganga Devi comes to meet him. Hanatha Ramana Sreshta Yasi Golokam Uttamam Asmakam cha Gateschatra Bhavishyati Kalau Yuge. She's praying to Lord Krishna. He Natha Ramana Sreshta, oh my Lord, you are going to spiritual world, Yasi Golokam Uttamam. What will happen to me? Asmakam cha Gateschatra Bhavishyati Kalau Yuge. In Kali Yuga, what will happen to me? People will come and they will put all their sins in me. Who will purify me? Lord Krishna tells, don't worry. Kale pancha sahasrani tishtati tava bhutale papani papino yani dasyanti tubhyam snanatah. Don't worry, O Ganga Devi. For next 5,000 years, you stay here. People will come, they will put all their sins in you. Don't worry. Mama mantra upasak sparshat bhasmibhutani takshanat bhavishyanti darshanachya snana devahi janavi. My devotees will come, mantra upasak. The devotees who will chant my name, they will come, they will purify you. That is the power of the devotees of the Lord. And this is a very, very common theme in all the stories, all the Vedic scriptures. You know the story of Pandharpur? That Pundalik, when he was traveling, he was a very wicked person. His father, mother, they were going to Yatra, and he also joined with his wife. On the way, they stopped at the ashram of a great sage. And at night, this Kundalik, she saw many beautiful ladies come. They were coming and they were wearing very dirty clothes. And they were doing all the cleaning of this ashram of the sage. And after coming out of the ashram, they were very clean. They were looking very effulgent, wearing fresh, clean clothes. 2-3 days it happened, and then the next day he asked, "Who all are you? Every day I'm seeing that you are coming here with dirty clothes and going with new, fresh clothes, clean clothes." They tell, "We are the holy rivers." All the holy rivers, they were coming and they were cleaning the ashram. By cleaning the ashram of this great sage, we become purified. That is the power of the great devotees of the Lord. Prabhupada writes, people, they go and leave their sins in the dham, but the devotees purify the dham. Prabhupada gives a very, very brilliant example to understand this concept. The devotees purify the dham. He gives a simple example. Many kinds of hospitals, many kinds of patients come to a hospital. And generally, hospital is infected with so many different types of viruses. That's always there, you know. Hundreds of people are coming with various infections. Naturally, the hospital is infected. But the expert physician keeps the hospital sterilized by expert presence and management. Very simple understanding. Just like the doctor, the physician, keeps the hospital sterilized. Although so many infectious patients are coming. Similarly, the places of pilgrimage are always infected by sins, which are left by all the people. Who purifies them? Who purifies the holy places? The devotees and personalities like Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Supreme Lord Himself, they come and they purify the places of pilgrimage. Kaviraj Goswami continues. He says, I cannot chronologically record all the places where Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu visited. I can just summarize by saying that Lord visited all holy places, left and right, while going and while coming. He didn't leave any. And there are thousands of holy places in South India. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went everywhere. So he says, actually it is impossible to record. I am just naming a few as a token gesture of recording them. Like इतना सब गए हैं, I am just speaking few just to give a token कि okay here also Mahaprabhu went, but the list is unlimited. Kaviraj Goswami again tells, as previously stated, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, wherever he would go, he would just embrace people, he would glance on them, and all the residents of that village, they would become Vaishnavas. They would go to their villages, other villages, and other people would come to this village, they would also get transformed. Prabhupada writes, Kaviraj Goswami says they would come, they would get transformed by chanting the names of Krishna. The holy name of Krishna or Hari, or chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra are so spiritually powerful that even today, as our preachers go to the remote parts of the world, people immediately begin chanting. Srila Prabhupada, by his personal example, he did that. He was sitting in the Tompkins Square Park, eyes closed, intensely chanting for a few hours. The same tune on a small bongo drum with no other musical instruments, just one tune. But that tune transformed the world. One of the persons who is expert in art of music, he was telling that actually the mantra, the tune which Prabhupada sang, it is not of this world. He brought it from the spiritual world. Kolokera Premadhana Harinama Sankirtan, and Srila Prabhupada, he actually brought that tune, which is so very powerful. Simple, but most powerful. Srila Prabhupada writes, just like Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is a supreme Lord. He has unlimited potency. He could transform anyone and everyone. But by his mercy, we are also experiencing the same way transformation in people. Prabhupada writes, wherever we go, people are taking to this process, getting transformed just by chanting the names of Krishna and Ram, this Hare Krishna mantra. It is, at one place Prabhupada writes, the holy name is still the same powerful. It is not that earlier it was powerful, now it has lost the potency. No, the name is the same. Only thing which is missing is the faith, the convictions. Nama Chintamani Krishna Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha Purna Shuddhao Nityamuktao Abhinatvat Nama Namano. The more we become purified of our conditionings, the more we will have that conviction. Then when we will chant, we will also get ecstatic. Currently, our position is we don't like to chant. Somebody was telling in Hindi. Earlier, the pure devotees are, or still today, the pure devotees, when they chant, they cry out of ecstasy. And we cry and chant. So, so that's our condition. What to do? No taste. That is Durdaiva Mitrishmiha Janina Anuragaha. Holy name is still same potent. दक्षिण देश रे लोक अनेक प्रकार केह ज्ञानी केह कर्मी पाषंडी अपार दक्षिण देश रे लोक अनेक प्रकार. The residents of South India, there were many different types of people. Some people were mental speculators, keha jnani, keha karmi. Some were absorbed in fruitive activities, pashandi apart, and there were innumerable non-devotees, pashandi. But just by having darshan of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they all gave up all their different types of philosophies and they became Vaishnavas. Say Sabaloka Prabhura Darshana Prabhave Nija Nija Mata Chadi Hoila Vaishnave. Say Sabaloka Darshana Prabhave. Just by being influenced by the darshan of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nija Nija Mata Chadi, they gave up all their philosophies, whatever they were following. Hoila Vaishnave. They become great Vaishnavas. And amongst all the different types of Vaishnavas, most of them were worshippers of Lord Ram. Vaishnavera Madhya Rama Upasak Sab Keha Tattvadi Keha Hai Shri Vaishnava. Most of them were worshippers of Lord Ram. Some were Tattvavadis and some were from Sri Sampradaya. Sri Prabhupada describes in detail about this Tattvavadis and Sri Sampradaya. He quotes Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, who writes, the Tattvavadis refers to the followers of Srila Madhvacharya. And to distinguish his disciplic succession from Shankaracharya, a Madhvacharya, he gave a different identity. It is called as Tattvavadis. He named his party as Tattvavadis. Srila Prabhupada writes how from Brahmaji, the disciplic succession is coming. And in that disciplic succession, one of the great powerful acharyas is Madhvacharya. Brahma taught Narada, Narada taught Vyasdev, Vyasdev taught Madhvacharya directly. And because they have such deep attraction and affection for Brahmaji, these Tattvavadis, they don't accept the Brahma Vimohan lila. Because they have this understanding, how can Brahmaji go into illusion? They don't even mention. And Madhvacharya also in his commentary, he didn't touch this Brahma Vimohan lila. Srila Prabhupada continues. We Gaudiya Vaishnavas, we belong to Madhva Sampradaya, but still we are different from Tattvavadis. And there are some technical differences. And therefore we are called as Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya. And then Srila Prabhupada describes the meaning of Pashandi. Who is a Pashandi? Who is an atheist? Yastu Narayanam Devam Brahma Rudradi Devataha Samatveneva Viksheta Sa Pashandi Bhavetruvam. Yastu Narayana Devam. Anyone who considers Vishnu to be equal to Brahma or Shiva or all the other devatas, Brahma Rudradi Devatam, Samatveneva Viksheta. Oh, they are all equal, सब same ही है, सब एक है, किसी की पूजा करो, all one. No. Pashandi Bhavet. He becomes a Pashandi. At present, in most of the Madhya Sampradaya temples, ashrams, they also have a deity of Sitaram. They worship Lord Ram. And in the Udupi temple, Srila Prabhupada writes, they also worship Ram. Prabhupada tells the history of the deity which is there in that Udupi temple, Lord Ram deity. There is a Ramayana called as Adhyatma Ramayana. When Lord Ram was present on the earth, there was a very, very great devotee Brahmana of Lord Ram. Very great devotee. He had a vow. Unless I would get darshan of Lord, I would not eat anything. Every day morning, after getting fresh, he would go take darshan of the Lord, and then only he would eat something. One time it so happened that Lord Ram had to travel out of Ayodhya. For 1 week he was not in Ayodhya. 1 week this Brahman was fasting, without eating, without drinking anything, just fasting, chanting the names of Lord Ram. When Lord Ram came back and he was told about this Brahman, this devotee of you, O my Lord, he has not eaten anything because he has taken a vow. Lord Ram became so affectionate. He told Lakshman, Lakshman, please deliver a pair of Sitaram deities, my deities, to this Brahman. And he told the Brahman, you can take darshan of this deity and you can eat. You don't have to personally come and see me. Which deity Lord Lakshman gave to this Brahman? This deity of Lord Ram and Sita, it was actually worshipped by Shvaku. And it was coming in parampara of the kings. And then this deity was given to Lakshmanji. This Brahman. And then Lakshmanji gave this deity to this Brahman. This Brahman was very happy and satisfied. Whole life he worshipped this deity as his life and soul. When he was very old, he gave that deity to Hanumanji. Hanumanji would lovingly put the deity around his neck in a cloth, hung, and he would worship. And he worshipped the deities for a long time. But then, when Hanumanji, after many, many years, departed for Gandhamadan mountain, he gave that deity to Bhimasena, the Pandava, one of the great Pandavas. And then Bhimsen worshipped the deity for a long time. And then Bhimsen gave to one of the successors in the Pandava Kula. And ultimately it was coming in the dynasty. The last king of the Pandava dynasty was a king named Shemakant. He worshipped the deities. Then this deity was given to the kings of Odisha, Gajpatis. And then this king gave the deities to Narahari Tirtha, one of the successors of Madhvacharya. And that's how this deity was brought in the Udupi temple, installed in the temple. That's the story of the deities of Lord Ram. All the Madhya Sampradaya temples, Prabhupada writes, monasteries, you'll find the deity of Ram Sita. Even in Sri Sampradaya, who's coming from Lakshmi Devi, the prominent acharya is Ramanujacharya. Ramanujacharya also, he would worship the deities of Lord Ram, Sita Ram. And there is another offshoot of this Sri Sampradaya called Ramanandis. And they worship only Lord Ram and Sita. They don't worship Radha Krishna much. That's the whole story which Prabhupada tells. Saisava Vaishnava Mahaprabhura Darshane Krishna Upasaka Vaila Laye Krishna Name After telling all this, Kaviraj Goswami says, all the various people are worshippers of Lord Ram, but after taking darshan of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they gave up the worship of Lord Ram. They became worshippers of Krishna. Krishna upasak hoila, loe Krishna name. And then Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, as he is dancing and chanting, he is always singing this beautiful song. Ram Raghava Ram Raghava Ram Raghava Pahi Mam Krishna Keshava Krishna Keshava Krishna Keshava Raksha Mam. So he singing this beautiful song, this mantra, Ram Raghava, O Lord Ram, O Raghava, the great descendant of Raghu dynasty, please protect me. Pahi Mam, please protect me. Please protect me. Rama Radha, Krishna Keshava, Krishna Keshava. Oh Krishna, the killer of the Keshi demon, please protect me. Pahi Mam. And as he was chanting this, he was walking, he was singing and dancing. In this way, he arrived at Gautami Ganga. Gautami Ganga means Godavari. It is a branch of Godavari. And why it is called as Gautami Ganga? Because Gautam Rishi, the great sage Gautam Rishi, he was staying there on the bank of this branch of Godavari river. Mahaprabhu reached there. Prabhupada writes, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he mentions in his commentary that Kaviraj Goswami, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, he has not written all these travels in chronology, which Kaviraj Goswami himself tells. There is another great devotee of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. His name is Govinda Das. He has written a biography of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And in that biography, he has described all the wonderful travels in chronological order. Travels of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Prabhupada writes, Bhaktivinoda Thakur tells that if you are interested in hearing about the travels of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, please read the book written by Govinda. And in that book, Govinda Das describes Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu first went to Gautami Ganga. Then from Gautami Ganga, he went to a place called as Trimanda. From Trimanda, he went to Dhundirama Tirtha and then Mallikarjuna Tirtha. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he kept on walking from this Gautami Ganga. He reached Mallikarjuna. Mallikarjuna is a place where the very famous Shivling of Lord is there, Lord Shiva is there. Mahaprabhu took the darshan of Lord Shivji. He offered prayers. Mallikarjuna is also known as Sri Shailam. And at that place, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he had darshan of Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva, he actually appeared as a Brahmana there, along with Parvati. And Kaviraj Goswami describes in detail what happened. He saw Mahadev, and they both, Mahadev and Parvati, worshipped Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Kaviraj Goswami doesn't give the details of it. He went on to Ahobilam Narsimha. There he got darshan of the very wonderful deity of Narsimhadev. The Navanarsimha deities are there in Ahobilam. Then from there he went to Siddhavat. And the Siddhavat is also called as southern Banaras, Dakshina Banaras. There was a huge banyan tree there. That's why this place is called as Siddhavat. After taking darshan of Lord Ram's deity as Siddhavat, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu offered his prayers. There was one Brahmin who invited the Lord for lunch. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he went there. He found that this Brahmana was a great devotee of Lord Ram. He was constantly chanting the names of Lord Ram. 24 hours, he was just chanting the names of Lord Ram. He was really a wonderful, great devotee of Lord. And actually, he was not speaking anything, he was just chanting whole day. Mahaprabhu remained there. He took prasad at his home. And then, after giving mercy, bestowing mercy to this Brahman, he proceeded ahead. He went to another place called as Skanda Kshetra, the place of Kartikeya. He took darshan of Lord Kartikeya. Then he went to another place called as Trimatha. Trimatha is a place where the deity of Trivikram is there. And after taking darshan of the deity of Trivikram at Trimatha, he returned back to Siddhavat. So at this Siddhavat, he again met this Brahman. And this Brahman, who was a great devotee of Lord Ram, continuously chanting the names of Lord Ram, he was now chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, the names of Lord Krishna. Mahaprabhu was astonished. How is this? Earlier you were chanting the names of Lord Ram, and now you are chanting the names of Krishna. May I know the reason for this transformation? You are a great devotee of Lord Ram. Why you are now chanting the names of Krishna? Vipra bole tomara darshana prabhave toma dekhi gela mora ajanma swabhave. He says, oh my Lord, it is all your mercy. Toma dekhi, just by having your darshan, my ajanma swabhav is changed. From my birth, I was chanting the names of Lord Ram. I was a devotee of Lord Ram from my childhood. Toma dekhi gela mora ajanma swabhave. That was the power of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Mahaprabhu wants to give mercy. Who can stop? So this person is saying, I was chanting names of Lord Ram from my childhood. But now, in your presence, I just chanted the names of Krishna once. From then on, the names of Krishna is not leaving my tongue. I don't know what has happened. It has become fixed on my tongue and Lord Ram's name has gone away. I don't know why. He was a great scholar of scriptures from the childhood. He said, from my childhood, I am collecting all the various verses glorifying the names of Lord. From various scriptures, I am doing it. And he quotes few very, very famous verses. Haramante yogino nante satyanande chidatpane iti ramapadena sau param brahma vidiyate. Ramante yogino ananta. The yogis, the great transcendentalists, Ramante Ananta, they take great pleasure, unlimited pleasure in the Satyanande Chidatmane, in the pleasure of spiritual existence. Therefore, that supreme absolute truth, iti Ramapadena so, that supreme absolute truth is called as Ram. Because the great devotees take pleasure in the names of that absolute truth. That's why the absolute truth is called as Ram. This is a verse from Padma Puran. There is a stotra, Shatanama stotra of Lord Ramchandra. The 8th verse of that stotra is this. And then he quotes another verse from Brahmanda Puran, from Mahabharata. कृषिर्भूवाचक शब्दो नश्चा निवृत्तिवाचकः तयोरैक्यं परं ब्रह्म Krishna ityabhidhiyate. Another very, very important verse describing the meaning of Krishna. Krish, the word Krish is all attractive feature of Lord's existence. Krishi, Bhuvachaka Shabda. It is all attractive feature of the Lord's existence. Krish. And Na means Nivrittivachakaha, all pleasure. All spiritual pleasure is there, all attractive potency is there. Therefore, Tayor Aikyam, when the verb Krish is added to the affix Na, Tayor Aikyam Param Brahma, it becomes Krishna. Krishna. Krishna iti abhidhiyate, that is the name of Krishna. Krish means all attractive. Na means all pleasurable. So Krishna has all attractive and all pleasure giving potency in his name. And then continues. As far as the holy names of Ram and Krishna are concerned, actually they are on the same level, they are equal. But still, if you see and scrutinizingly study them, you will find that there is a difference. Some features are different. And he quotes another verse, which Lord Shiva is himself telling to Parvati, which comes in again Padma Puran. It is from Brihat Vishnu Sahasranam Stotra, which comes in Uttarakhand of Padma Puran. Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Vistulyam Ramanama Varanane. Very famous verse. Rama Rama Rameti. Just by chanting the names of Lord Ram. When I chant the name, Lord Shiva is telling, when I chant the names of Ram, 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 I enjoy transcendental bliss. Rama Rama Rameti, Rame Rame Manorame, oh beautiful faced one. Sahasranam Abhitulyam, 1,000 names of Lord Vishnu. If somebody chant 1,000 names, they are equal to chanting one name of Lord Ram. One name of Lord Ram is sufficient to. It is equal to 1,000 names of Lord Vishnu. And then he quotes another verse from Brahmanda Puran. Rupa Goswami quotes this verse from Brahmanda Puran in his book Brihat Laghu Bhagavatamrita. Sahasranam nam punyanam Triravritya tu yat phalam Ekavritya tu Krishnasya Namaikam tat prayachati. He says, Sahasranam Punyanam. The pious results derived by chanting 1,000 names of Lord Vishnu, they can be derived by chanting one name of Lord Krishna. He says actually chanting the 1,000 names of Lord Vishnu 3 times, not just once, 3 times. Then you chant the names of Lord Vishnu 3,000 times. That is equal to one name of Krishna. So that is the power of the name of Krishna. When you chant the names of Vishnu 1,000 times, Sahasranama Vistulyam Ramanama Varanne. And when you chant 3,000 names of Vishnu, it is equal to one name of Krishna. That is the comparison given. And it says, actually, I have read all this from the scriptures. I knew this already. But still, I was not chanting the names of Krishna. I was still chanting the names of Lord Ram. Do you know what is the reason? He tells, when I chant the names of Lord Ram, it would give me so much pleasure. Lord Ram would give me so much of pleasure, I could not leave the chanting of Lord Ram. But now in your presence, after you have come and given me darshan, I'm experiencing unlimited pleasure in chanting the names of Krishna. Therefore, I cannot leave chanting Krishna's name. I am chanting day and night. Tomar darshane yabe Krishna nama aila, tahara mahima tabe hridaye lagila. At that time, the names, glories of Krishna's name has awakened in my heart just by having your darshan. Say Krishna tumi sakshat iha nirdharila, eta kahi vipra prabhura charane parida. She understood. Same Krishna has appeared in front of me in the form of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Understanding this, he fell down at the lotus feet of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Etapahi Vipra Prabhura Charane Padila. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he gave mercy to this Brahmin. Next day, he left further. He arrived at the place Vriddha Kashi, also called as Vriddhachalam, also called as Kal Hastipur. There's a beautiful temple of Lord Shiva there. Mahaprabhu took darshan of the Lord Shiva's temple there. This temple of Lord Shiva was worshipped by Govinda. This Govinda was a cousin of Ramanujacharya. Later, earlier he was a Mayavadi because Ramanujacharya he was studying under Mayavadi Guru along with his brother, and he had become Mayavadi, his brother. But then later, Ramanujacharya became a powerful Vaishnavacharya. He brought his brother back to Vaishnavism. So when he was a Mayavadi, he was worshipping Lord Shiva at this temple of Vriddhachalam or Vriddhakashi. Prabhupada writes that in the purport. After taking darshan of Lord Shiva, he left and he came to a place, one village, where many Brahmanas were there. He stopped at that village. And wherever Mahaprabhu was going, millions of people were getting transformed. They were all becoming great devotees of Lord Krishna, giving up all their previous conceptions. And that's what the chapter is all about. They gave up all their previous conceptions of various philosophies. They would just take to the names of Krishna, they would start chanting. Wherever Mahaprabhu went, unlimited assembly of people would gather. No one would count them. And Mahaprabhu was so beautiful. Gosaira saundare dekhi tate premavesh sabe Krishna kahe Vaishnava hoila sarvadesh. Mahaprabhu had a weapon of his beauty. Krishna Varnam Tisha Krishnam Sango Pangastra Parshadam Yagyai Sankirtana Praya Jajanti hi Sumedasa. What was the astra Mahaprabhu was carrying? Sango Panga Astra. His astra was his beauty. He was not carrying any weapons. His only astra was his beauty. With his beauty, he was attracting everyone, mesmerizing everyone by his beauty, and killing all their demoniac propensities. Just like Krishna on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. तथैव चान्ये नरलोकवीरा यदा हवे कृष्णमुखारविन्दम् नेत्रेऽपि मन्तो नयनाभिरामम् पार्थास्त्रपूता पदमापुरस्य. So many powerful warriors were there in Kurukshetra. Naralokavira, when they would come in front of Arjun to shoot arrow, yada have Krishna mukharavindam. Aage kaun khade hain? Krishna is there as chariot driver. They would be absorbed seeing the beauty of Krishna. Netre pibanto nayana abhiramam. They are drinking the beauty of Krishna. They would be stunned for few seconds and Arjun would take advantage of it, shoot arrows and kill them. They would be purified by the arrows of Arjun. They would attain the highest abode. Partha Straputa Padama Purasya. Same Krishna has come in the form of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Same beautiful bodily features, attracting everyone. destroying their demoniac propensities. That beauty attracted Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. That beauty attracted Prakashananda Saraswati. And that beauty is embellished by humility. Mahaprabhu sat at the place where everybody would wash their feet. That attracted Prakashananda Saraswati. Mahaprabhu heard from Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya for 7 days humbly. So Mahaprabhu, he is ready with all the weapons to kill the demoniac propensities. So that's how all the people, when they would see the beauty of Mahaprabhu, they would be absorbed. They would be filled with ecstasy of love of God. They would give up all their previous philosophies. They would become Vaishnava. Tarakika Mimamsakayata Mayavadi Gana Sankhya Pantanjala Smriti Purana Agam. So many different kinds of philosophers were there. How many different types of philosophies Mahaprabhu defeated? There were some philosophers who were Tarkic, logicians. Mimamsaka, followers of Mimamsaka philosophy. Mimamsa means karmavad. Work is worship. You don't have to worship supreme. There is no supreme. Work is worship. Krishna spoke this philosophy in Govardhan Lila. Mayavadigan. There are many followers of Mayavad. Shankaracharya, followers of Shankaracharya. Followers of Mimamsaka philosophy are from Jaimini. Jaimini was the leader. Tarkic was Gautam and Kanad. They were expert logicians. Then there were Sankhya. Sankhya means not the son of Devahuti. There was an atheistic Sankhya philosopher also. Atheistic Kapila. Then there was Patanjali. All the mystic yoga sutras. Then Smriti, Purana, Agam. Some were following Smriti Shastra. Some were following Purana, Tantra. So many different kinds of philosophers. Mahaprabhu, he had to deal with all of them. Nija nija shastrodgrahe sabaye prachanda sarva mata dushi prabhu kore khanda khanda. That was the power of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sarva mat dushi prabhu. Nija nija shastrodgrahe. They would present their script, their logic, argument, conclusion from their scriptures. Nij Nij Shastra Grahe Sabai Prachanda. They are not ordinary people. They are very, very powerful. The leaders of logic, Mimamsa, Shankara, Tarkic, and Sankhya, Patanjali. Nij Nij Shastra Grahe Sabai Prachanda. They are very powerful. But Mahaprabhu, who can defeat Mahaprabhu? Sarva Mat Dushi Prabhu Kore Khanda Khanda. Mahaprabhu, he would just break all their opinions to pieces. Khanda Khanda. Sarva Mat Dushi Prabhu, and he would establish his own conclusion. Mahaprabhu was expert as Nimai. He would debate with anyone. He would defeat their philosophy, and then he would again establish his. He would then defeat his own philosophy, which he just now established, and again he would keep on doing it few times, and then the person in front would be completely bewildered. What is happening here? So he was expert. He is Supreme Lord. And now Mahaprabhu, what is he doing? Sarva Mata Dushi Prabhu Kare Khanda Khanda. He would establish his own philosophical conclusion based on Vedanta, based on Brahma Sutra, based on the principle of Achintya, Bheda, Abheda. Okay, we'll stop here. Anybody has any questions? We can take a few questions if anybody has.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी, दंडवत प्रणाम।
हरे कृष्णा।
प्रभु जी, this achievement भेदाभेद, one minute. Prabhu ji, this Vedabhed Tattva Mahaprabhu took from which sampradaya? Because it is said no that he took some different things from different sampradayas.
Now, Achintya Bheda Bhed is Mahaprabhu's own principle philosophy, which he has himself established. Achintya Bheda Bhed, simultaneous, one and different. That is a contribution of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He has not taken it from anyone. He has harmonized all the different apparently contradictory philosophies of Sri Sampradaya and Madhya Sampradaya, and he has presented this Achintya Bheda Bheda Tattva.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. So we'll stop here. Thank you very much. Prabhupada ki jai, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai, Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami ki jai, Sri Chaitanya Charitāmrita ki jai.